You're back. Mic off.
Hey!
Hi,
Here.
I'm here. So excited. Oh my gosh. I was over here grooving to Tevin Campbell, like singing with I'm like trying to read DJ Big Fella in C.
Yeah. AKA Mr. Swiner, my husband. Yeah.
Mr. Swiner, I love it.
Yes. All right. Let me see some excited emojis in the chat on Twitch. And I sent everybody to go have a potty break and refresh their beverages. Y'all come back. Hurry back. Hello, Miss Kayla. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm so excited. This background is super cute. Yes, New Year, New You, giving us one shoulder fabulous, walking into the new year, giving it all to them. Yep. Hit them with the shoulder.
Walking into the new year like success.
Hello, hi.
Everybody.
Wonderful to meet you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, shout out to Lisa King with the Perfect Picnic. She cooked us up with the set design. You know,
It's so cute. I love it. I know it's all about the background commercials.
I had to come correct. I knew I was going to talk.
Cut it out. You're a pro. You've been doing this for 7 years. This is what you do. You know, just that's what you do.
Receive it. I'm working on the receiving and the accepting of all the good things, the good vibes. Yeah. So in the comments, you are my friend in my head. Kayla Walker has yes. I feel the same, y'all. I told her she was my cousin.
You live in North Carolina, so it's probably true because you know that's where I'm born, and I left at 9. You in North Carolina, so we probably are cousins in real life. The blood probably connects somewhere along the line, somewhere.
Ain't no hype man like a black woman. Yes, you know how we do.
You know how we do. Yes, I love it. Black women do hype each other up. Oh my God.
So,
shout out to all black women everywhere.
For people who have had their heads in the sand and don't know who you are, please tell the people about you.
Hi everyone, I am Kayla Walker. I am a media professional, and lifestyle influencer. I host, I produce, I create content on air, online, and in person. And so I've worked with lots of outlets and platforms from NBC and E! News to BET, covering things like the Met Gala and the Grammy Awards, across the board, you name it. I've covered it and probably interviewed the person along the way.
I love it. Like, what did you major in school? Like, in school, did you know that you wanted to do this in real life?
I did know I wanted to do television when I went to college, and but I kind of figured it out a little too late, but I majored in English. My mother said as long as you can read well and write well, you can do anything. And I was like, boom. So I did English. I took one communications class, if you will, but I always interned in television, production companies, and I just thought I was going to be like, I just wanted to be a producer. Like, I just wanted to work on like a daytime soap opera when they was like the thing. I wanted to do like the soap, so I wanted to do like Regis and Kelly. Lord, I'm dating myself saying Regis and Kelly, but I want to do like something like that. And so my journey to where am now is a testimony to God's dreams are so much bigger than your own. I never thought I would be in front of the camera, sort of inspiring people in the way that I have been told that I do. And so hosting and being in front to share stories and give people places and things a voice has been such a vision and a dream that I didn't even have. But again, God's dreams are so much bigger than your own. So to be here now with 7 Emmy nominations is all a testimony to God.
That is incredible. So tell me, so during this pandemic, I mean, clearly everything is different. Please share how you have pivoted. Like, how did you create even more of a phenomenal social media presence and creating all these little things that you do now? Like, how did you pivot?
I know pivot is like the word of 2020. It is the word of this new decade that we're in. And for me, it wasn't so much about the pivot as it was about the grace and making it through. And I really didn't want to do something out of sort of the hustle and like, I gotta look busy. Like I don't want to be busy just to be busy. I want to move with intention and I want to move with purpose. And so I did a couple of things like really putting my voice to use and my tools and tips and insight for others. And I created something with my partner, Alicia Reese. We did something called Strategic Social, helping people create, build, and gain on social media. You went in the class. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Oh
my God. Thank you. Because I get so many questions about social media all the time. And I share, if you follow me, you know that I share all the time. You DM me, I answer all my DMs, I respond back to everyone. But people are always asking me questions like, how do you edit this? What camera do you use? What apps do I use? And so I'm always giving that information away. And so 2020 was the year where I was like, I'm going to start charging folks for this free info I'm giving, right? Because as much as I give, I know that there's even more that can be shared. And so we created the Strategic Social, where I help people, again, create, build, and bank on their social media. Just how to ace social media, literally and figuratively, how to ace it. And then Alicia steps in and helps you strategize, right? Because social media is one thing, but then how do you take those followers, how do you take this platform and make it work for you and incorporate that into your own business, into your own brand, and really flip the table for yourself. So Strategic Social was formed in 2020. We wrote an ebook for people that could not do the 3-hour masterclass, because I can show you that and I can tell you, which is what the masterclass is. But if you don't got that time and you don't got that dime, we got a book you can read on your own, okay? And that's a little cheaper and you can learn at your own pace. So that was my pivot for 2020, creating Strategic Social. Again, taking that insight and knowledge and being really intentional with it. But more than anything, I just wanted to make it to the after party in 2020. I'm like, I'm here in 2021, the after party. I wanted to make it to the let out, and that's where we at. The let out, the new year, new you. So I'm just excited to have made it through, if you will. All of that to answer the pivot question, y'all.
Yeah. No, that's it. No. And so if y'all have not invested in yourself yet in 2021, the perfect start, especially for from a branding entrepreneurial standpoint, is to get their book and sign up for the masterclass. I did the webinar. I immediately bought the book, and then I also immediately set up a consultation with Alicia one-on-one to just figure out, how do I pivot? What should I do differently? Am I presenting myself in the right way? Should I be doing it? It has paid off.
I love it. Yes. Y'all hear this testimony? It has paid off. That's what I'm talking about. Investing in yourself and seeing the fruits of your labor. Okay? That's what it's about.
So what are you working on next? What's next to come from you?
What am I working on next? Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's like things you want to say, but things you don't want to say. Because I'm one of those person that's like, I can show you better than I can tell you. And I don't like to talk about stuff until it's there. You will not see a peep of it until like the action is in rotation. So there's going to be more master classes. We actually have one coming up in January for the Strategic Social, doing another live class, because those one-on-one interactions really help people along the way. Also, there could be, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it until it's there. There's some podcasts, 1 or 2 podcasts. I've been really reluctant to enter this space for a really long time.
Why?
Why?
So natural, yeah. It seems so natural for you.
It felt like just more work, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, it's more work. I don't want to do more work. I'm trying to do less work with more money. How about that? Where's that at, right? So, but it's more work. And also, it's a different space. Like, I'm very much so an energy person. I like to see people's reactions. I like to feel that energy, and I'm a visual person. And podcast, it also felt sort of like very crowded and convoluted, if you will. But I have to constantly remind myself, anytime you think too many people are doing it or it's been done before, to take a walk down the bread aisle. I always compare things to the bread aisle. You walk down the bread aisle, it's full of different kinds of bread, full of different loaves, if you will, but you still walk to that specific loaf that you want. It doesn't matter what's beside it, what's above it, what's around it. You want what you want. And so it's the same thing when it comes to your career and any new endeavor that you're taking on. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Worry about what you can do and how you can add to that space and contribute to it. So I have to remind myself of that when it comes to new endeavors and what I will be doing. So again, a very roundabout way to say what I am doing in this new year.
Got it. I picked up on it. I got it. Yeah, everybody in the chat's like that. That's an incredible analogy. You're absolutely right. There can be a million of something, but
a million. And it's always going to be somebody doing something. And I mean, let's be real. There's no new inventions for the most part. Right. Podcasts are relatively new, but it's just a new form of media. And media has been around for centuries, from the test of time. And so it's just you can't reinvent the wheel, but how can you present the wheel differently? And so that's what it comes down to. Like, what can I bring to this? How can I make that wheel sparkle and shine more than it does roll down the street? You know what I mean?
That's right. And one of the new things that you kind of brought to your social media, your Instagram, is this whole unpopular opinion thing, which I think needs to be a TV show by itself. In the comments, have y'all seen her do this unpopular opinion? Like,
unpopular opinion.
Yeah, that's the mic. Bring the mic.
Unpopular opinion. You know, I give credit where credit is due. I saw Lovey do it. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Lovey. I saw Lovey do it on her social media, and I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. And Lovey had gotten the idea from Myleik, who a lot of people I know are fans and followers of. And Myleik had got it from somewhere else. And I was like, listen, again, the bread aisle, right? I was like, I like this. I'm going to do this with my audience. And so, again, I just put my spin on it. But it's really a great way for people to get things off their chest, to talk about things that you feel like are taboo and you can't talk about with anybody else, or maybe you like tell your girlfriend, but you won't say out loud. And so it's an anonymous way to just get things off your chest, and we just roll off. I try to do it weekly, but I feel like it might be a little too much. I don't know. The new year kind of got in the way, but we're gonna kick it off again for 2021 and have some fun with it.
I love it because what's funny, so number one, you had the audacity to buy a whole microphone for it. Wonderful. So I'm going to buy, so hubby, be on alert. I'm going to order a rose gold one. I'm kidding you.
Already hip to that, not surprised one bit.
It's necessary. It's necessary. I just like the record to show that I did not buy this. I did borrow it from my sister-in-law, who just had it sitting in the house, and I was like, cool, let me borrow this. And now it's become like a necessity. If she ever wants it back, it will be a problem, and I will be purchasing my own. But
shout out to your sister-in-law for having a bedazzled mic just chilling.
It's for karaoke, but I'm like, hey, it's a microphone. We can use it for whatever we like.
It's in the cart currently. It's in the Amazon cart right now. Watch out for that. But number two, I love the faces. Your reactions to some of these questions or some of these opinions are hilarious. Like you're trying to judge, but you are kind of judging, which I love.
It's like, like, okay. You want the people to feel comfortable. You want to be a judge-free zone, right? And the faces, I'm glad that you mentioned the faces, because that's exactly what I think about when I think about podcasts. I'm like, can anybody see my face? If I'm over here, like, the things that you're saying, the reactions that I get, like the facial, like how you emote things is very important. But yeah, it's a judge-free zone. But some of these comments be wild, and I'd be like, whoa, you really felt the way. Okay.
Right. Somebody in the comments said, yes, I got a rose gold one, Doc. Okay, go sleep out. So you have to send me a picture of it if I want it. Yeah, they said love Lovey and Myleik as well. Yeah. So y'all awesome. In the comments have an unpopular opinion you want to throw out? I got one.
She gonna throw it out, and we're not gonna say your name.
You ready? I'll hide my face as I say it.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of Tyler Perry movies.
Oh, I think that's popular opinion.
That's popular? Okay.
That's popular opinion. That is popular opinion. Like, we love him and kudos to him for, doing it for the culture and bringing so much money back to the community and the greatness and the legacy in which he is building. But we gotta call an ace a spade a spade, like my man. Let's get some staff on board and let's do a little bit better if we can, because writer, director, producer, actors, grit, like you can't do it all. Bring a better team on.
Yeah, okay, all right. I stand corrected.
I think there's a very popular opinion. Most people are not, but they want to support the vision and the dream, but most people are not Tyler Perry fans, movie fans. Like,
listen, I don't know if it's because I'm in North Carolina. I still know a number of folks that have some Medea VHS tapes that they still pull out and watch. But I'm like, are we really doing that? Are we really still doing this?
Wow.
So I usually keep myself. Someone says, once you know better, you do better.
Exactly. When you know better, you do better. Period.
Here's another one that I have. Unpopular opinion. I don't know. I'm watching the comments. I don't know if they'll agree or not. Not a fan of Lovecraft Country. There's a face. Look at her face. There it is. I don't know. It's a lot. So I watched. Now, I will Everybody was loving it, commenting about it. I think the creation of the show itself is phenomenal. The fact that it is good and that Black people are thriving and looking beautiful on screen. The storyline and the character shifts and the we in and out of this space of yeah. People are saying I love it. OMG. I'm sorry. I'm not into it.
A lot of people love it. I remember I caught one episode and I hadn't watched it from the beginning, and I watched it and I was like, what just happened? I can never get that time of my life back. Like, what was that? And then, like, I've hopped in again, but again, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, I respect what they're doing and that it's something different. So often it's not a storyline or visuals that we see our culture, we see our people reflected in. And so I love it for that alone. And it is good. I don't have to like it per se, and I don't have to get it. Because it's much different from a Tyler Perry production, right? It's apples and oranges, not to compare the two. But it's great to see something different for the culture, for our storylines, for our narratives, something that shows that, listen, we can be in the forefront of things that are sci-fi, things that are just mystical, majestic, even if they don't make no sense from one episode to the next. But at the end, I think it all ties together. I think you got to watch it from the beginning to the end. Just, if you're not into sci-fi, I get how you don't get it, but I respect it. So I love Lovecraft Country for what it has done and what it does for the culture, even though might not be my cup of tea.
Yeah, the comments I'm seeing are saying it's extra. Someone said, if I gotta pray and read my Bible afterwards, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Facts. This is facts.
Somebody said, say it again.
It was a little scary at times. I was like, oh.
It's a lot.
This is not Christ-like. Oh my gosh.
Somebody's asking about Bridgerton. I saw hubby and I watched the first 2 episodes, right? 1 or 2. Yeah, he's saying.
Are you guys into Bridgerton?
You know,
I like it, guys. And I hate period pieces. I hate musicals. I hate sci-fi. I hate stuff that's not real life, even though period pieces is not that. But I loved it, and I loved how Shonda and her team put like Black people in lead positions, and also in positions that we know there were not Black dukes and queens at that time, but she completely flips the narrative and gives a storyline and puts us in a space and a place again that just reflects how much more we can do and how great the culture is and how great we are people are.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the look. I love the look. I love the costumes. It's very, what's the movie you watched for Christmas?
Double Christmas over here. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, you got your
I got my class. I got my coffee. I'm staying hydrated. Sorry, I'm double fisted. Keeping my weight. Pushing it through.
This is what we do here. This is what you're supposed to do. She got her Tito's handmade vodka glass.
It's lunchtime, right? Like, you know, you gotta have your coffee or your tea, and you gotta have your little.
I would be offended if you weren't doing it. So it's very, baby, what's the Christmas movie you just watched that we love now?
Jingle Jangle. Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, so it's very, Bridgerton's very jingle jangle in this look where everyone's dressed, you know, wonderfully and the hair is beautiful and all that.
Yeah.
Give the story some time. I'm gonna give the story
You have to give it some time.
I'm excited though. I'm excited. What I'm really into is The Crown. Have you seen The Crown?
I've gotten into The Crown.
Yes, because it's based a little bit more on historical fact, and it takes you way back to when Queen Elizabeth was a child and all the drama.
Yeah. I was told I can tune in now and I can still get it because I know it's 4 seasons. So I can like tap in because I'm also looking for shows that have several seasons so that I have something to watch because we all know nothing is on TV. But also I'm very particular. Like when I do watch shows, I'm like, where the Black people at? Even though we started off with Tyler Perry, I'm like, where the Black people at? Ain't no Black people here. I ain't watching it. So for me in The Crown, I never got into The Crown.
So The Crown has, I mean, because again, it's based on a more historical fact. It does not have like, it actually takes you back, and they had a lot of, you know, gossip, scandally things going on then too. It's interesting. So I'm into that.
Yeah, I heard it. My mom is into it. My mother is into it. I'm not too into it.
Yes. They said, okay, this is the third person that talked about The Crown. Did you look at it yet? Good. Love The Crown. Excellent. All right, my dear. So what else, you know, so particularly from a branding standpoint, if you had to give away one main tip, what's the thing that someone, if trying to grow their brand in the new year, what should they be focused on right now?
much. I know it's just one tip, but I really want people to focus on themselves. I think too often we're putting things off. We are waiting for people to give us opportunities, and we see now more than ever that you can create opportunities for yourself. If no one is knocking on your door, build your own damn door. Go knock on somebody else's door. But just really to do the damn thing, like just do it. And I think also with that, like, stop telling yourself no. That's my thing. I think too often we tell ourselves no, I can't do that. They're not going to give me a yes. You just talk yourself out of things, and we've got to stop doing that. Start telling yourself yes. Start really speaking power over yourself, and stop talking yourself out of things and talk yourself into things. So whatever it is you have on your mind and you're teetering on, that incessant thing that just will not go away, you cannot stop thinking about, but yet you yet to do anything about it. Start doing something. Step forward and just start anything. Go buy a domain name. I buy domain names all day, every day. I have an idea. I be like, ooh, let me see if it's available. I got about 50 domain names. I ain't built now one of them, but I have parked and reserved them for myself. So just buy the domain name. It's for 2 cups of coffee, $12. You can own the domain name for a year. So I tell people to always go and buy the domain name, so at least you own that, so that no one steps on that idea before you do. So start taking those small little steps that you can do every day to make something greater and bigger, because you'll look up 7 years later, you got your conference that you've been doing from day one, and it's new year, new conference. So I just want people to continue to actually dream and to dare to actually follow through on those dreams. Again, a very roundabout way to give one tip, but start doing whatever it is to just start.
I love it. In the comments, I think we summarized by saying, quote, build your own damn door. That's a word for 2021. Build your own door. Good for you.
Build your own damn door.
They get you a domain name. They got it.
Domain name. If you have that, then also I want to always encourage people. I think a lot of people forget, they go and focus on one platform. Like, oh, I'm going to get on Instagram. But again, reserve your name on all platforms, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, across the board. Own your name so that no one else can swoop in.
Say OnlyFans?
I did say OnlyFans. Because what you don't want is somebody taking your name and now they doing something for a Birkin on OnlyFans under your name, under your business. Like, just own your name, right? You ain't got to do nothing with it. Park it and reserve your spot on every platform. As soon as Beyonce mentioned OnlyFans and the Savage remix, I was like, oh my gosh, let me go reserve my name just in case. Just reserve your name on every platform. You ain't got to use it, but make sure that you own it.
Big fella, you got to reserve your name on OnlyFans.
That's hilarious. I won't be reserving my name on OnlyFans because I don't think anybody want to tune into my OnlyFans anyway, so you're not going to make money under my name, but, you know.
Yes, exactly. Don't let somebody make money under your name.
That is brilliant. That is sage advice. I love it.
Somebody said hashtag dead. All right, yeah. Please, Ms. Kayla, please tell us where to follow you, where to schedule consultations with you, where to send you our money.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear from you with Strategic Social. We're doing more social building throughout the year. You can follow me on Instagram. That is my main platform of choice, @Kayla Walker. You can always email me. My link is in my bio. I'm always reachable. Email me. I'm doing consultations. Let's build up the social media. Let's create, build, and bank on this bad boy, and let people know about your brand and your business. So @Kayla Walker, across the board on all forms of social media, you can reach out and let's be in contact.
Yay! Are you in Clubhouse too?
I'm in Clubhouse. Oh, only name in Clubhouse.
I'm avoiding it. I have Android. I'm avoiding it. Is it worth it? Do I need it?
Well, you got an Android.
Do I need to buy an iPad or an iPhone?
So it's the thing. It's the new thing, right? And it can be used in a great way, but you gotta work it, right? And so it's going over into the space, being a part of conversations that are actually beneficial, that are real. A lot of people are there who are experts, but not really experts, and a lot of people like to hear themselves talk. But it's also been really beneficial, I know, for a lot of people who have gone over there and made some really great contacts. It's a new way to connect with people, especially in the day and age in which we're in. We're not outside, so it's a great way to connect with people and build your network for something greater.
All right, hubby, you
heard. If you get an invite, get one.
I have them. I have like 3 of them, and I'm like, wah, Android. So
you gotta get on there. Get on there and talk about we are, we are, but we are not, and I think you can have some really great conversations in that space and place because all it requires is a voice and just really like listening to others though. Like it has to be a dialogue. I think that's the trick. It has to be a dialogue. Listen, lead, engage, and too many people are just over there. I'm like, sir, you've been talking for 20 minutes now. Can you let someone else speak to me? But it can be good.
Okay, let me ask you, do you think it's going to last? Do you think the novelty will wear off? Because I don't want to go out here and buy. That's what I
do
figured.
think the novelty will wear off. I mean, I personally, it's because at the end of the day, like, there's still a vibe and an energy that you simply cannot catch virtually and just with audio. And because it's becoming very crowded and convoluted. And so it's kind of feeling like we always be like, ooh, this is the hood. Like, it's like,
Exactly.
they don't let everybody in. Where's the VIP section? Like, whoa. Which is so bad. But I think it's something new because we're stuck in the house still. And so people are into it for the moment. 6 months from now, I'd be very interested to see where they are and how they'll have lasted. So
that was my point. I figured it was going to be very much like Periscope, where for a minute everybody and their mother was on Periscope.